Hello everyone, you're welcome back once again in our class. My name is Victor Digomao here, and in this class we are going to be looking at the solution to this problem. The solution to this problem. It has to do with angle between a tangent and a chord. If you remember in the previous classes we have done up to 5 different theorems, okay, that has to do with the circle. And then the last was angle between a tangent and a chord being equal to the angle in the alternate segment. That theorem, you need to look at it because it is going to help us to understand. It is just in the last class. It's going to help us to understand this explanation I'm going to give you here. All right, without taking our time, let's quickly look at the solution to this problem that says calculate the angles that are unknown in this diagram. So where do you think we are going to start? Where are we going to start from? So we can start from anywhere. Can start from anywhere. Of course, there are several places one can start from. I can start from this triangle, and I can start from this angle between this tangent and this chord being equals to this. So I can say solution. Solution. What is wrong with my marker? Thought I have a good one here. Sorry for taking your time. Solution. Yeah. So I can say that M, straight to the point, M is equals to 80 degrees, and I will back it up. This M here is equals to 80 degrees, and I'll back it up by angle between a tangent and a chord. Okay, equals angle in alternate. I'm using abbreviation, alternate segment. Okay, so M is equals to 80 degrees, just like that. Just like that. If you check out the last class, like I said, you will see the detailed explanation on that theorem. All right. Now, I will say again, from triangle ABT, this triangle ABT, okay, you realize that R is equals to N. This angle here is equals to this angle N. Why? Base angles of isosceles triangles are equal because this line BT is equals to BA. Okay, so I can say base angles of isosceles triangles are equal. Okay, the base angles are equal. Okay, since can add it there, since BT equals to BA. Okay, can add it there. Now we can come back again and say, but R, the angle R plus the angle N plus 80 degrees, okay, is equals to 180 degrees. Why? Sum of angles in a triangle. I'm sure you're following what we're doing here. I don't want to take time in this. So if we have this, is it wrong if I write 2R, knowing fully well that R is and N is the same thing? Like if this is 30 degrees, this will also be 30 degrees. So it's not wrong if I write 2 times 30. So 2R plus 80 degrees equals to 180 degrees. Okay, so it then means that 2R is equals to 180 minus 80 degrees if you collect the like terms. Okay, so what do we have here? That 2R is equals to 100 degrees. And what do we have again? Divide both sides by 2. So we are going to have that 2r over 2 is equals to 100 over 2. That means r is equals to 50 degrees. And you know that r, which is equals to n, is equals to 50 degrees. So we have been able to find the value of r and the value of n at the same time. I am sure this explanation is very, very okay. I'm sure it is very, very okay, except for a beginner. And if you are a beginner, I'm telling you the truth, you need to go back. When you subscribe to the channel, you'll be able to have access to the previous classes we had on these theorems that we are using here. Because it's not a magic we are doing here. Yes, it's not a magic place. So you need to understand the basics before you can come up to capture what we are doing here. All right, we have to put that into consideration. All right, so if we move on, another one again. You see, there's a triangle here, and I am thinking how I can be able to access this triangle. The triangles inside there, none of them is available. So how can I be able to access this triangle? None of these angles inside here, TUV, none of them is available. How do I access that? So, but something can help me. That thing that can help me is looking at this point and looking at this point. Do you realize that this is a four-sided shape, a quadrilateral, inscribed in a circle that makes it a cyclic quadrilateral? Now, do you realize that opposite angles for a cyclic quadrilateral, they are supplementary? I have proved that in the previous class, that opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral. So if you look at that class, you will understand how the proof goes, but I'm just going to make use of it now. So I'm going to say, having shown that n is 50 degrees, I will say c plus n is equals to 180 degrees. I'm penetrating that triangle now. Why? Opposite, permit me to use the abbreviation, opposite angles, and these for angles of cyclic quadrilaterals are supplementary. Opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. So it then means that c plus 50 degrees is equals to 180 degrees. That means t is equals to 180 degrees minus 50 degrees. So t is equals to 130 degrees. T is equals to 130 degrees. I think that is good. That is good. Now, do you realize that this triangle BCT is also isosceles according to the provision made? So we say also in triangle BCT, okay, that U is equals to V. Base angles of isosceles triangles are equal. They are equal. So I can write now the same thing I did. Where is it? Here. Bringing this together. So if I say now, but U plus T plus V equals to 180 degrees. That is sum of angles in a triangle. Then, but this one and this one is equal. So I can use just 2U plus T equals to 180 degrees. The same thing I did here. Okay, you will now realize that 2U plus T now is 130 degrees equals to 180 degrees. So 2U is equals to 180 degrees minus 130 degrees. So 2U is equals to 50 degrees. Okay, 2U is equals to 50 degrees. So what do you see we have now? What do you see we have now? Divide both sides by 2. If we divide both sides by 2, divide both sides by 2, we are going to have that 2u over 2 equals to 50 over 2. That means u, now that u is equals to v, and it is equals to 25 degrees. I'm sure that is very, very clear. So this u, which is equals to v, because we have already defined that somewhere here, okay, is equals to 25 degrees. All right, so I am thinking that is the last unknown angle in that question. So we have been able to solve and obtain the values of all the unknown, angles uh, in this problem, and I am sure that the explanation I gave is very, very simplified. All right, thank you so much for being there. Please, if this video is helpful to you, please like it and also share it to someone else, and also subscribe to our channel, because we still have more and more informations to bring in to you. We have more questions along this direction. Of course, before now we have had several classes. So if you subscribe to the channel, you'll be able to have access to those classes. Okay, please, thank you so much for being there.